either mix them up for the first few weeks across the semester. I tend to mix them into groups randomly. After that, I'm quite happy for them to form their own. Once they've met other people in the class, I'm happy for them to form their own groups. With those interactions, basically, every tutorial I'll start by talking a little bit, orient them into the material. Some of them have me for multiple classes, and so sometimes that orientation is more for me than for them. But just going back over, this is what we're talking about today, this is the brief structure or whatever it is that's been gone through in the lectures, and then I give them a few minutes to just start comparing some of their answers to the other people in their small groups, or groups of 3 to 5, depending on the class size, and just giving them the chance to feel comfortable with the answers that they've got and see that they've got similar sorts of things, with nuances of course, but similar starting points. And often I'll go back to the group work again and again in the same workshop or tutorials so that they have a chance to talk about other things. I might put multiple groups together and actually tell them that when they're together with another group, either as plaintiff and defence or whatever it might be, making sure that each person has the opportunity to talk at least once, so that they're not forced to talk, but so that they've given the opportunity to share their ideas.
What I try to get involved in each tute is one element of student-student interaction. So how I approach this is at a certain part of the tute, not necessarily the same one each week, but probably towards the middle of each tute, I'll say, okay, let's take a break from the sort of big group discussion. Let's sit down, break up into pairs, and I want you to look at this question I've asked you, and there'll be 2 answers to it, usually yes or no, a sort of poll question. So I want you guys to talk to the partner, come up with your answer for it, and justify your answer for it. And then, so I'll give you 3, 4, 5 minutes, then we'll come back as a group and discuss it all together. So you do that, and the levels of discussion you get from pair discussion, student-student discussion, as opposed to just having the whole group, is actually phenomenal. Not just for those 5 minutes, obviously, but the rest of the tute tends to go a lot better than it did at the start if students are sort of a bit edgy about putting their hand up in front of a lot more people than just one other person next to them.